asked the owner, hey, what's up, what's going on with these lockdowns? And he said, dude, nobody knows nothing. If you need to get somewhere, just leave tomorrow, man. What's up, everybody? You're watching Hustle for Life, and this is another episode of so-called The Lockdown Expert, which is a series that I started recently about lockdowns around Balkan and nearby countries. And today I would like to talk about Serbia, which was and still is in some regards the easiest country to get to and to exist in. So in the last video I talked about Bulgaria, where after the first lockdown I was just briefly passing through, wasn't allowed to stay. The first country that accepted me on my escape route from Georgia was actually Serbia. And I got there to Belgrade actually during one of the first ever lockdown protests in the world, and the Serbs was the first nation that actually wildly protested about this thing. So that made me kind of scared, because I needed to get back to EU, and Serbia is again not EU. I couldn't stay in Bulgaria, and at that time the deal was you needed first to get into EU and then wait 2 weeks, and all the travel restrictions would be dropped, no testing and things like that, you know. So I stayed at the hostel in Belgrade, and I asked the owner, hey, what's up, what's going on with these lockdowns? And he said, dude, nobody knows nothing. If you need to get somewhere, just leave tomorrow, man. And I did, and I went to Hungary, where I really stayed 2 weeks. Not in quarantine, but just I needed to sort of delete the stamps in my passport, you know, just in case, because then I was going to Austria, and you know how crazy they are. I came back to Serbia later on, actually in spring this year. I came back to Serbia and I bought a house there in the mountains. It's kind of my bug out property, in my opinion. It was the cheapest property technically in Europe. I mean, Central Eastern Europe is cheaper than Western Europe anyway, so technically it was the cheapest house in Europe that I could bought. Maybe there are some cheaper in Bulgaria, but nowhere near this condition. But I don't want to talk about my house now. That's only because we talk about Serbia, and I happened to find it there for numerous reasons. I think it's a great country to immigrate to, and I'm in the process of doing that officially. But yes, now I am in Turkey. I'm still not resident of Serbia even, so about that next time. The regulations in Serbia are not wildly respected. Basically, people don't like their government there, and in a lot of places there are almost 2 laws existing, you know, it's totally normal to bribe a cop. I was considering it this summer when I needed to go back and I didn't want it to do a test. I was thinking just, you know, trying it. I'm not gonna go into details here, but I was thinking I'm just gonna, you know, pay myself in from one prison to another. I didn't end up doing it. My balls were too small for that. But overall, the people just don't care too much, and you know, in Belgrade, in the hardest lockdown, you have big underground parties where you obviously need to like know somebody to get into, but it's not too hard. You just check into some hostel and you will quickly meet somebody, or they will make you meet them because they like to drink and they like to have fun. So be ready to socialize in the lockdown in Serbia. Normal life, basically. That's one of the reasons I choose Serbia, because it's my favorite. It's I don't want to talk too much about how good it is. Of course, every place has its ups and downs, but there, at least for me, the ups are totally overweighting the downs. To enter the country, it's a simple PCR test from anywhere in the world, any nationality. Maybe now, who knows, South Africa is not allowed or something like that. So, Serbia is easy to get to, easygoing environment, cheap, and European lifestyle. So, in my opinion, really, really good deal, and it's worth checking out. And I think I will leave it there. If you have some questions about these topics of lockdown or Serbia in particular, leave a comment down in the down in the comment section, and I'll see you next time.